say, I'm going to give you like an actual scenario. Let's say Miss Soto, right, that's me. Let's say I have $72. And I bought something that was $26.17. I want to know how much change I'm going to get back if I give the cashier, for some strange reason, all $72. Or how much money I'll have left over after I buy that. Yeah, that's a better scenario. I have $72. I'm buying something that's $26.17. How much money am I going to have left over? So, I'm going to write 72. But wait, 72 didn't come with the decimal. So, who remembers what I need to do if I'm working with whole numbers? If you're saying that there is a decimal point behind that whole number, you are correct. So remember, behind every whole number, every single time, there is a decimal point behind it. And since in this scenario I'm dealing with money, and even if I wasn't dealing with money, I need to put some place value holders behind my decimal point. So just to be safe, I always put 2. So now I'm working with the decimal here. I'm good. Now I'm going to bring my $26.17. So put my decimal. I'm going to put my 1 and my 6. I'm writing the numbers around the decimal. 7 and 2, and then I finish it out. And now I can subtract. All right, so now I have 0 minus 7. Can I do that? No. Can I borrow from the 0 though? I can't, so I need to mark out that 0. And now I can borrow from this 2. The 2, because I am taking a 10 away from it, this 2 becomes a what? A 1. The 0, when I borrow, becomes a 10, but I still need to borrow for this 0. So I take from this 10, this now becomes a 9, and this 0 becomes a 10. Now I'm going to start subtracting. 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 1 is 8. 1 minus 6 is, you can't do that because 6 is greater than 1, and I can't take 6 away from 1. So I need to borrow again. This 7 becomes a 6, and this 1 now becomes an 11. 11 minus 6 is 5. Think about it. And 6 minus 2 is 4. Now, I'm not done because right now this answer is looking very 4,583-ish. This isn't right because I'm not done. But remember, before I can be completely done, I need to bring down my decimal point, and now I'm done. So that means that I have $45.83 left over after I have bought that item for $26.17. I'm going to do one more with just a whole number and a decimal. Probably the same type of scenario. It's really easy to think of decimals as if you're dealing with money because money is literally decimals. Like all the time. The decimal is very important. So let's say another scenario. Miss Soto, that's me. Let's say I want to buy a pair of Jordans. Yep, I said it. I want a pair of Jordans. I already have a pair, but I want another pair. And I could wear like the kid size, right? So let's say this particular pair of Jordans I want is $110. We'll do that. So we have $110. That's wrong. Do it again. All right, let's say I have $200, right? And yeah, so I have $200. I'm going to go on a mini shopping spree because there's not really much I can buy with $200. So I have $200 I want to spend. Now I want to buy a pair of Jordans. And again, I can wear like I can wear kid sizes. So let's say this particular pair of Jordans, again, is $110. But, you know, after tax and stuff, it comes out to be $119.76. I'm just making something up right now. And so I want to know, okay, if I give them two $100 bills, how much change am I going to get back? So I'm going to write 200, but 200 doesn't show me the decimal point. So remember, behind every whole number is a decimal, and then we're going to put 2 zeros for our place value holders for right now. If I need to add a 0, I will, but I always want to just put 2 zeros to be safe. So now I'm going to write my 119.76 cents. Remember, you want to make sure your decimals are as lined up as possible. They don't have to be directly like one on top of the other, but they need to be in the same line. So now I can subtract. 0 minus 6. Well, I can't do that. So I need to move to the next place value so I can borrow. I can't borrow from that 0, so let's go to the next place value. It's another 0. I can't borrow from 0 because there's nothing to borrow from. There's another 1. Okay, good, we finally have a number. So I can borrow from this 2. This 2 becomes a 1. This 0 becomes a 10. But because I need to borrow for this 0, this now becomes a 9. This 0 becomes a 10. But I still need to borrow for this 0. So the 10 becomes a 9. This 0 becomes a 10. But again, I need to borrow for this 0. So this 10 becomes a 9, and this 0 becomes a 10. Now that I am all borrowed out, I can finally subtract. 10 minus 6 is 4. 9 minus 7 is 2. 9 minus 9 is 0. 9 minus 1 is 8. And then 1 minus 1 is 0. It's in the front, so I'm not going to worry about writing that down. So I'm done, but I'm not done at the same time. So remember, before you are officially done, you need to put down that decimal point. In this scenario, since I'm dealing with money with my dollar sign, so my answer is $80.24. Sorry, I was going to say like the math words for it. So now, because again, just like with adding, I feel like subtracting decimals is also extremely easy, as long as you make sure you line up your decimal points. So with adding and subtracting decimals, we worry about lining up our place values, because if not, you will get the wrong answer. So now, what we're going to do is, I'm going to give you one problem to do just like how I did yesterday. And if you tell me the answer, either through email or add a comment to this assignment, I will give you bonus points on your test Friday. So you're going to do 300 minus 194 and 22 hundredths. So this is the problem you're going to do by yourself. And again, you're going to send me your answer so you can get bonus points. Tomorrow, we will be working on word problems with adding and subtracting decimals, and there's going to be some multi-step problems in there where you're going to have to add and then subtract. So we'll do that tomorrow. Again, you do have a test Friday on just adding and subtracting decimals. All right, if you have any questions, you know what to do.